our biggest trading partners are actually a long way away. They're China, they're Korea, they're Japan, they're the United States.
But isn't that really a symptom of where you are, Australia, whereas we have, obviously, the continent of Europe right on our doorstep?
Well, it's not, in other words, a principle that we trade just with countries that are near to us. And that principle is wrong. It's where you have a comparative advantage that you trade. So, I mean, we used to have a huge amount of agricultural trade with the UK, and the distance was exactly the same then as as it is now. A huge amount of agricultural trade that was cut out when Britain joined the European Union. So it proves the point that if we had free trade again with the UK, I don't know what we would export, it's hard to predict, but Australian exporters would be interested in the British market. But more than that, Australian importers would be interested in the UK because it's a place you could get things of high quality at a good price.
But if you look at even the quantity of trade that is currently done when it comes to UK trade in Australia, I mean, it's a fraction of the trade, obviously, with the EU. And I know one doesn't have to rule out the other necessarily, but you're talking about a massive gap here.
Yeah, but you're not going to cut off all trade with the EU.
I said that. I said you weren't going to cancel that, but you're going to have to make
this home because people often make this point. I mean, it's
not a zero-sum game in that sense.
It's a fatuous proposition to say all British trade with the EU is going to end. I'm sure an enormous amount of trade will continue.